Hello everybody, this is Brett again here with the Inner Gamer Invades at PAX South 2020. And I am standing here with the Moving Pieces studio, Kyle and James. How are y'all doing today?
Good. Doing well.
Yes.
Doing well.
And this is Kyle. This is James. Tell me what y'all do at Moving Pieces.
So I'm the lead programmer
Okay.
and those other odds and ends.
Yeah, I'm the design lead on Dodo Peak.
So yeah, we're here to talk about Dodo Peak, which is a game that you released on Apple Arcade. How did that come to be?
We're like huge retro vintage game fans, so like a lot of Qbert and Snake and a lot of references that we played when we were younger came out. So it kind of inspired there, but we wanted to bring, since we're originally from the design animation industry, and that's like we spent the last decade doing that, it's like bringing that, the modern look and feel and like those like newer aesthetics that we love and like mixing all those together.
Yeah, I think it's sort of a modern take on classic arcade games from
Right.
the 80s. And Patrick, too, who's not in this interview, we all grew up with a real appreciation for those games.
Yeah.
When looking at like a mobile game, I think it's actually a really untapped area to take inspiration because games like Qbert, Frogger, you're just moving in four directions.
Right.
Like these are games that from the origin, like from the outset, even Pong, like maps really well to a touchscreen or like a limited input device.
Yeah.
And it just felt like a natural fit to try and like take inspiration from those kinds of games when like trying to make a cute, fun, like wide audience mobile title.
And so in this game, you're playing a dodo. Where did the dodo bird come from?
It's been like years now, right? So
Yeah.
like there was a lot of side conversations and we were just trying to like figure out like, you know, throwing darts at the wall, and
Yeah.
for some reason a dodo came up,
Yeah.
and it's blurry, but now we are 3 years later with Dodo Peak.
I'm pretty sure it was a dodo from like the early builds I saw. It was like this really like janky polygonal dodo
Yeah.
from like day one.
When Apple Arcade came out, I started downloading a bunch of
Oh, that's
games.
great.
Yours was one of the games I downloaded, and I was instantly captivated by the design, like the visuals and everything, and then just how polished it was. Like, and that's what really impressed me with Apple Arcade is every game in that lineup, or the majority of them, are extremely polished, and you don't always see that on mobile.
Right.
On the Apple Arcade experience, how did you get in touch with Apple? Where did that come about?
After it was announced, there was actually just an open call for submissions.
Okay.
So, I mean, Patrick and James, they like sent them their pitch. They sent them prototype or like where the game was at that point, and conversation just kind of went from there.
Yeah, it's super humbling. I mean, the Apple Arcade launched and all the titles they look incredible. So to be like a part of that, it's a little scary but awesome.
So I know we talked a little bit yesterday about how with this Apple Arcade relationship and everything like that, you were able to focus on just making a good game rather than figuring out like how we're going to monetize this, how we're going to do that. Were you originally like working on this game prior to that, and then this just allowed you to like one up the game itself, or was there any conversation before that?
I think originally we were trying to make like a free to play game and like fit into like the mobile space because it's so tough, and I don't know if we were on track to do that well because it is such a competitive space. So this, like the Apple Arcade and getting this kind of relationship set up and getting this opportunity led us to stop focusing on that and just focus on like making it look really good, like making it play really well, making sure like the game is fun and just like it's something, an experience that people could take away and represents everything that we cared about. So, you know, it's something good that came from this that probably wouldn't have happened otherwise, or would have took a different turn.
What do you think was the biggest challenge in developing this game over the course of the few years you worked on it?
I mean, when we were mostly part-time for the first 2 years, right? So the last 6 months has been a whole different experience, right? It's like going full-time to make a game with a team.
Yeah.
So like just jumping into that, like at the like it pretty much immediately, right? There was no like slow ramp up. It kind of just like we kicked off and it was like 200%.
Yeah. Starting a game studio in a weekend is probably the most difficult singular thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Fair. So do you have any advice for aspiring indie developers out there that want to jump into it? Anything that you would say like, don't do this, or this is a thing that you should always make sure you do?
This is weirdly the question I get a lot. It's really hard to answer.
Right.
I mean, this sounds dumb, but like make games. I know that's like the answer. Like make games and like love the opportunities you have. Yeah. So if you can get into like a convention or show at MagFest or like anything that is willing to showcase indie games, like you go there and you show the heck up and you like do a good job.
Yeah.
And like that's how you sort of build up opportunities, at least from like an indie perspective. But you just gotta keep doing it.
So do y'all like find yourselves playing this like still, or you like you've worked on it so much you're like, I don't want to play it for like casual reasons? No.
I mean, we're still actively making content.
Yeah.
Like we're still working
Yeah.
on the game. Like we're releasing a new content in a few days. So yeah, we very much are still playing
Yeah.
Dodo Peak.
So where can we find Dodo Peak? Where can we find your studio? Let us know where we can go.
Honestly, this is a dumb answer, but just Google Dodo Peak,
Okay.
DODOPEAK. We come up there. The studio is Moving Pieces Interactive,
Yeah.
but our social media presence is sort of all centered around Dodo Peak.
Okay.
So if you like look up Dodo Peak on Twitter, that's the name of the Twitter account. That's the name of the Facebook account.
Yes.
But we'd love to hear from folks.
Cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Do y'all have any shirts or anything that you've made yet? Have you made any shirts?
I have this hat.
Yeah, I have.
This is the Dodo Peak hat. I made this, and this is one of only 2 that exist.
Oh my
The
gosh.
other one, my
That's-
dad always wants a hat of the thing I'm doing, and I don't work at a big company anymore, so we had to make the hat.
Yeah.
It's a nice hat. I mean, you should put it up for sale and be like, hey, buy it.
Shout out the company. It's surprisingly affordable to get 2 hats made. But no, we are wishing we had a little more merch now, but it's, again, things have happened so quickly.
Yeah, we're still like working really hard. So we're gonna have some marketing merchandise fun in really soon.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for taking the time.
Yeah, for
Wish you
sure.
the best of luck at the
Thanks so
con.
much.
And good luck with the future of Dodo Peak and everything. I'm going to keep playing it. I got my phone, so I'm going to jump in and play some after this.
Great, awesome.
Awesome. Well, thank y'all.
Thanks so
Appreciate
much,
it.
Jeff.
Thank
Pleasure.
you so much.
Yes. And thank you all for watching. And make sure you like, follow, subscribe, and catch us for all of our other videos here at the Inner Gamer Invades. And make sure you watch us every Tuesday for our weekly podcasts. We'll catch you next time.